Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas and welcome to the Drayway. I am glad you stopped by. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's going to help me get to 100,000. And yeah, I need your help. I got a ways to go. But welcome to the Drayway. I'm glad you're here. We have a great show for you. Let's go. Welcome to the Drayway. Look, I know it's Christmas Eve and we've got things to talk about. What we have to talk about before I start into anything else, I have to talk about real estate. I have to talk about real estate because the warnings are being put out by everyone, and I've been saying it for a while now. But real estate over the next few years is going to be extremely challenged. And the foreclosures that you are about to see in 2025 are going to stagger the mind. But it's going to only get worse in 2026. And you're probably saying, Drayton, why are you saying this? I am saying this because interest rates. Donald Trump is coming into office. Already interest rates are being affected because his policies, literally the words coming out of his mouth, everything he's been saying is inflationary. Deporting the cheapest labor in the country. Inflationary. Putting tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Highly inflationary. So here he keeps talking. The more he talks, the more people realize, hey, wait a minute. This is not going to be good for our economy. It's not going to be good at all. And already, what has happened, if you look at consumer confidence ahead of him getting into the White House is now plummeting. Why? Because of the very things I just told you about. People are now expecting to pay more for goods because Donald Trump is promising tariffs. So what does that mean for real estate? Well, already real estate is on the brink. And when I say real estate is on the brink, I'm talking specifically commercial real estate. There is going to be hundreds of millions of dollars of commercial real estate go bankrupt in 2025. And now what does that do to residential housing? Already you're seeing builders across the country in big trouble. And they're discounting houses at an alarming rate. But that's not just it. Stop and think about who is building these houses. Yeah, a lot of these companies are using undocumented workers. Undocumented workers that Trump has promised to get rid of. And that's true in, how about in U.S. farms? How many undocumented workers do you think are employed at farms across the country? Tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. So if we get rid of those people, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be inflationary. And all of this goes, and the people building the houses, they're gone now. So now they have to, these home builders now have to hire more expensive workers. So again, prices go up. So with everything being inflationary and already all the various companies putting out the warning sign, if you're expecting lower interest rates, it ain't coming. In fact, they've already mentioned that it's possible next year interest rates actually go up. Let me say that again. It's actually predicted that interest rates could go up next year. And I want you to think about the dramatic effect that will have. Because already we've got companies going, yeah, I'm going to hold on to cash. I'm not going to spend because I'm not sure of all the chaos Donald Trump brings to the White House. And let's face facts. That is exactly what he's bringing to the White House is absolute chaos because the people he's trying to put in charge of things have no experience whatsoever and don't belong in the. He was trying to put Matt Gaetz as the top a police officer in the country, as the top man, Matt Gaetz. Yeah, that shows you just how chaotic and dangerous Donald Trump is. And for business markets, is chaos a good thing? No, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. But that's exactly what Donald Trump brings to the White House. He's bringing chaos, and chaos is not good for real estate. So in 2025, what are we going to see in real estate? We're probably going to see higher interest rates. We're talking about interest rates that could approach 8%. 8% mortgage rates is crippling. 7% is crippling. But 8, yeah, we're looking for rough times in real estate. And if you need to sell real estate right now, good luck. Good luck selling real estate right now, particularly in the South. If you're in Florida, Texas, Arizona, parts of California, yeah, good luck selling real estate. But welcome to the Dre Way. I am very, very happy you're here. Let me know what you think in the comments, because we're going to be talking about real estate a lot. Because with Donald Trump coming into office, he is not the savior for real estate whatsoever. In fact, he is the monster for real estate, because he is going to do nothing but cause chaos, and financial markets don't like that. And his policies are going to cause higher interest rates. So what's the prediction for real estate in 2025? Yeah, look for commercial real estate to go in the dumps, and look for residential housing, particularly new house prices across the South. Look for prices to be slashed and slashed big. But we'll talk a lot more about that. Welcome to the Dre Way. I'm glad you're here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay right with me. All right, I don't know how else to talk about this, but let's just say what's going on here. What in God's green earth is Donald Trump doing with regards to Greenland and Panama? Yeah, his comments on Panama are so alarming and so disturbing that Colombia had to come up and say, yeah, can you just shut up? Can you just stop? Yeah, talking nonsense. Just shut up. How bad are things when the president of the United States is being told to shut up from Colombia? I'm just asking. But in case you don't know what's going on, Donald Trump is kind of saying things like, yeah, we should just take the canal back. Yeah, we're having to pay really high fees and stuff like that. And we're the ones that use it the most, and we're the ones that built it. So yeah, we should probably just take the thing back. You can kind of guess what, and in the same breath, saying things like, yeah, we should just go ahead and buy Greenland. We could just go ahead and write them a check for Greenland. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I'm talking about. It's hard. Can you imagine world leaders actually taking what Donald Trump says seriously? Would you take anything that he says seriously when he talks like this? I mean, how are world leaders supposed to take him? How are they supposed to take, is he just joking, or are they supposed to take, because the president's words over our history have had to be very measured. Presidents have been very careful in what they say and how they say it, because it can move the needle around the world. It's the United States of America. And now we have a president coming in, President Musk and President Trump. I guess they're both president. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, it seems like they're both president. But you have these two guys coming in, and especially Trump doesn't seem to have a filter on his mouth whatsoever. He has no filter. And for him to just recklessly say things about Greenland, about Panama, about Mexico, about Canada, it just goes on and on and on. And as a world leader sitting back and looking in on this, what would be your impression? What would you think of the United States when you have somebody so reckless with his words? And oftentimes his words are just complete stories or fabricated lies. How would you deal with that as a foreign leader. How do you think they look at President Trump? How do you think they consider anything he says? Let me know what you think in the comments. I have a feeling we're going to be talking about this a lot more. But it's just, here we are walking into, who knows? I mean, it's literally uncharted territory. And a lot of these foreign leaders are going to be very, very cautious. But let me know what you think in the comments. Don't go anywhere. I have a final thought. When I was a young boy at Christmas time, I can remember getting two gifts that I just thought were the most amazing gifts ever. I mean, in your Christmas times, you think about Christmas gifts that you've gotten, and there's a few that stand out. Is there not? I mean, I'm sure you have. Growing up, and let me know what they are. Let me know in the comments what Christmas gifts you've gotten that really stood out to you. But I can remember being pretty close to my son's age, and I got a couple of gifts that I just thought were absolutely amazing, and the things that they could do were absolute magic. And it's two of them, but the first one, I mean, and I was probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old, and I got an Etch-a-Sketch. And the magic. I mean, I bet I played with that Etch-a-Sketch every day for 3 months. I mean, it just absolutely captivated me. I'm sure most of you know what an Etch-a-Sketch is. If you don't, an Etch-a-Sketch back in the late 60s, early 70s was, I can't even explain it to you. It was like magic. It was absolutely like magic. And I got pretty good at it. I mean, I got pretty good at making animals and making flowers and it was just what a Christmas gift. I remember that gift because it was just, the whole thing just seemed to be magical, And then my other gift that I got the very next year, this year was the year of the Etch-a-Sketch. The following year, I got something. Some of you will probably know what it is. Some of you won't have any idea. But it's called a spirograph. And a spirograph, you were only limited by your imagination, but you had these cut out little plastic discs that you would put a colored pen in, and you would trace around, and you would make these awesome shapes and designs. And like I said, you had a blue pen, a red pen, a green pen. So the artwork that you could create with it, the figures that you could create, again, I'll never forget. For months, I loved my spirograph. If you don't know what a spirograph is, trust me, look it up. But those are two gifts that stand out to me, and they were just at the time state of the art, and they were amazing. I bring that up because in a few hours, my son is going to open up a Christmas gift, because we do that on Christmas Eve. Everybody opens up one gift. And I already know my son. My son has his eye on this particular gift that has a green bow on it. And he says, no matter what you say to me, Dad, I am opening that gift right there with the green bow on it. I am opening that gift no matter what. And that gift is a PS5. And the things that you're able to do with a PS5, and here my son is pretty much the same age as me. I was absolutely spellbound by a spirograph and an Etch-a-Sketch. And my son today is going to open up a PS5. Now, all I can think about is the difference is 50 years ago to now. Think about this. What is he going to see 50 years from now? It goes from a spirograph to a PS5. a PS5 to what, 50 years from now? I wish I could be here to see it, but it's going to be something amazing, I'm sure. That's it for the Drayway. Thanks for being here. Merry Christmas, everyone. And don't forget the Drayway every day. So yes, there will be a Christmas Day Drayway. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.